I'm going to do a series of videos debunking misconceptions about Joe Biden and the Democratic Party. There's a laundry list of things that I can go into. The first one is gas prices. So, right now, Joe Biden is getting, well, actually, he's been getting blamed for high gas prices for, for a minute. And I'm going to debunk Republican talking points about gas prices, and especially the debunk Republican voters blatantly uninformed statements about causes and effect of gas prices. First off, I'm going to ask a question to anybody that's watching this video. What did Joe Biden do to raise gas prices? Now, we keep hearing that we was energy independent and now we're not. We keep hearing about the Keystone XL pipeline. And somehow all these things, which have nothing to do, well, first off, I'll go ahead and just go this way. First off, we are producing plenty of oil for our country. Oil prices are determined by the market. When Donald Trump was president, when COVID first hit, oil was at a negative. They had to pay people to take oil at one point in time. And there was a disagreement between Russia and Saudi Arabia, which are both the top oil producers in OPEC. Russia didn't want to cut oil production to raise prices. Saudi Arabia did. And Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, brokered a deal to where they would lower oil production and raise gas prices and oil prices in general. And that right there, that one thing that Donald Trump did, is still affecting our gas prices right now. Because as the world has come out of this pandemic, oil consumption and demand has went up sharply. But oil production has not followed suit. Not only has it not followed suit in Saudi Arabia, but oil producers here in the United States are intentionally, not boosting their production. They could start more oil rigs. They could do a lot of things, because right now crude is very profitable for shale, and in the Gulf and wherever we're producing oil in this country. It's very profitable right now because oil prices are near $100. But they're not raising the production of oil, which is causing our gas prices to go up. There is a minuscule of what could be considered inflation that is involved. But the vast majority of the cause of high oil prices right now is the lack of oil production. And this war with Russia invading a sovereign nation is going to affect that further. So there's one thing, and they constantly cite the Keystone XL pipeline. Oh, Joe Biden shouldn't have shut down the Keystone XL pipeline. That's the cause of the oil prices and gas prices being so high. No, it's not. The first fact of the Keystone XL pipeline is it was not operational. It was, it might have been between 50 and 60% completed. It probably, I'm not going to say that I'm 100% correct. I know that it wasn't completed. Now, the percentage is something that I may be wrong about. It was probably going to be several years before it was going to be pumping oil to the United States. But there's one fundamental problem with their premise, even if it was functional. The oil was not for the U.S. market. The oil was for the international market. The only thing that the Keystone XL pipeline was designed for was pumping Canadian oil from the oil sands and making it easier for them to get it to market. That's the only reason the Keystone XL pipeline was even proposed. It was just to make it easier. Right now, I believe they pump it through Alaska. If I'm not mistaken, they may pump it to the east, but I'm pretty sure, because I know the oil sands are in the east, but I'm pretty sure that it's pumped to the west to Alaska, to the port out there, or maybe even British Columbia. It could be pumped down there. I believe it's pumped to the west coast of Canada and or the United States, or both. But it was only to make it easier for Canada to sell their oil sands, or their oil from the oil sands. And that right there is the reasons, the things that Republicans and uneducated voters constantly say that Joe Biden is responsible for oil prices, and he's not. He's released oil from the Strategic Oil Reserve to try to bump up, oil refinery usage, making it to where they can refine more gasoline. And he's been pleading with Saudi Arabia to pump more oil. And he got the oil up a little, the oil production up a smidge. I don't even know how he did it, but he did. They did work out to where they would raise it a smidge, which did not really, affect gas prices in a positive way. But that is all I'm going to go into for this particular video. Gas prices. But I'm open to listening to people who don't know what they're talking about. Although, unless you come with facts, you're not going to dissuade my opinion. So, have a nice evening. Hopefully Ukraine pulls through this tough slog, and goodbye.